Welcome back to my channel, Hidden Points. Imagine a person who moves through life with a mind that never sleeps, with thoughts that stretch far beyond the surface of everyday conversations. This person notices details others overlook, questions ideas others accept, and feels the weight of meaning in moments others forget. This is the world of a deep thinker, and their psychology is shaped by quiet intensity, internal exploration, and a constant search for understanding that never really ends. When you look at a deep thinker from the outside, you might see silence, stillness, or even distance. Yet inside their mind, there's a constant movement of ideas, reflections, and connections, forming a landscape far richer and more complex than anything they show to the world. Deep thinkers often feel different from others because their mind doesn't rest at the surface of things. They dig into the why behind experiences, the meaning behind events, and the purpose behind choices. This creates a unique inner world where everything holds significance, and where every moment becomes an opportunity for insight. This level of reflection can feel isolating because not everyone moves through life with that same intensity. Not everyone understands the depth behind their silence. Deep thinkers often grew up feeling different. While others spoke easily, they observed. While others acted quickly, they reflected. While others accepted simple answers, they kept searching. This search becomes a fundamental part of their identity and their emotional world. Deep thinkers are also highly sensitive to patterns. They notice inconsistencies in behavior, shifts in tone, and small emotional signals that most people don't catch. This sensitivity makes them excellent observers, but it can also make social environments exhausting. They absorb too much, analyze too much, and carry too much inside their minds all at once. This creates an emotional fatigue that they rarely express. Because of this, they are often misunderstood. People mistake their quiet nature for disinterest, when in reality, they are deeply present and deeply aware. They process conversations slowly and thoroughly, often replaying interactions to understand them fully. Their silence isn't distance, it's concentration. Their stillness isn't a lack of emotion, it's an overflow of it. One of the defining traits of deep thinkers is their relationship with solitude. They don't fear being alone. In fact, they crave it. Solitude gives them space to breathe, to think without interruption, and to explore their own thoughts without the noise of other people. This solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. Deep thinkers often need more time alone than others because their mind never stops working, processing, and imagining. They need quiet to organize all the mental chaos inside them. They also tend to carry a sense of existential awareness that appears early in life. They question meaning, purpose, morality, and direction, while others focus on more immediate concerns. This awareness can make them feel older than their age and heavier in their thoughts, because they're constantly considering possibilities, consequences, and the long-term impact of everything. This often creates anxiety because the mind of a deep thinker doesn't let things go easily. They analyze risks, outcomes, and hidden layers of situations, which can lead to overthinking when their thoughts turn inward against themselves. Deep thinkers also experience emotions with incredible intensity. They feel everything in high resolution. Their emotional world is not shallow or simple. This leads them to be thoughtful, compassionate, and perceptive, yet also vulnerable to emotional overwhelm. Because when you think deeply, you also feel deeply. The two cannot be separated. This intensity often makes decision-making a struggle. They consider every angle, every outcome, and every hidden possibility. This makes choices feel painful and heavy because they fear choosing wrong or overlooking something important. Their mind simply doesn't allow them to choose quickly, which can frustrate both them and the people around them. Relationships for deep thinkers can be complicated. They seek depth, honesty, and meaning. They aren't satisfied with superficial connections or shallow conversation. They crave intellectual and emotional resonance. This makes them selective with who they allow into their inner world. Once they trust someone, they trust deeply and completely, but they don't offer that trust easily. Breaking it leaves deep wounds that take a long time to heal. Deep thinkers often struggle in fast-paced environments that value speed over depth and appearance over substance. They may feel out of place because they prefer slow, thoughtful analysis instead of quick, reactive decisions. This mismatch can make them feel misunderstood or undervalued because their strengths are subtle and difficult to measure. But deep thinkers also have a powerful imaginative side. Their minds naturally wander into abstract ideas, creative possibilities, hidden meanings, and symbolic interpretations. This imagination isn't escapism, it's exploration. Their creativity often appears in writing, art, strategy, problem-solving, and philosophical thinking. They often carry an internal conflict. While they crave meaning and understanding, the world around them can feel shallow, rushed, and indifferent to their depth. This mismatch creates a sense of isolation, a feeling of being out of sync with others. They might hide their true thoughts to avoid overwhelming people or being misunderstood, carrying the weight of their mind privately and quietly. They also struggle with perfectionism because they see every angle, every flaw, and every potential improvement. Their mind rarely settles on good enough. This can stop them from completing projects or sharing ideas because they fear their work will never match the depth they envisioned. This perfectionism is rooted in their awareness of possibilities and their desire to create something meaningful. And with this depth comes a profound empathy that others may not comprehend. They feel the emotions of others intensely because their mind imagines every scenario and possibility behind those emotions. This makes them incredibly supportive and understanding, but also emotionally exhausted, as they often carry more than they should. Ultimately, deep thinkers have a powerful gift: the ability to see the world in layers, to uncover meaning where others see nothing, and to find patterns where others see chaos. They understand people with a clarity that feels almost intuitive. Their mind holds a depth, complexity, imagination, and insight that few possess. This depth makes them extraordinary, but also misunderstood, because the world doesn't always know how to hold a mind that sees everything and feels everything so deeply. The journey of a deep thinker is one of balance, learning to balance reflection with presence, analysis with action, and solitude with connection. They must learn that their depth is not a burden, but a strength, and that their inner world is not a prison, but a source of power, meaning, and identity. When a deep thinker learns to trust their depth without being consumed by it, they become one of the most insightful, thoughtful, and impactful people in any environment. They see what others cannot and understand what others overlook. Their mind becomes not a place to hide, but a place to create, to grow, and to understand the world in ways that bring clarity and truth to everyone around them. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.